They released the Epstein files and everything's blacked out. And then there's a bunch of pictures you can go look at. And it's nothing on purpose. It reminds me of QAnon stuff. Oh, there's a whole bunch of stuff, and they put out the pictures, like there's pictures of a foot with a Lolita quote. Who gives a shit? It's nothing. Oh, there's Woody Allen and Alan Dershowitz pictures. We already knew about those guys. Oh, but Bill Clinton. Yeah, everybody knew about that already. Before it was ever on ABC News, people were talking about, hey, Jeffrey Epstein's spending $28 million to burn down his $28 million, I think it was, to burn down the basement on Little St. James Island. And Little St. James Island is Bikini Bottom on SpongeBob SquarePants. It's the exact longitude and latitude. That's more revealing. And then Steven Hillenburg died, who created SpongeBob SquarePants. Nothing that's all old news. Nothing that's coming out that's new is going to be useful. Oh, there was another picture. It was like a neck with a tattoo with a quote on it or something. It's nothing. That stuff was done after the fact to lead you astray. Oh, look, there's a picture of Chris Tucker. We already knew that. That doesn't matter. So whatever it is, it's a big dud. They released the Epstein files and they blacked everything out. And everybody knew more about that than is being revealed now. People are forgetting what we already knew about the Epstein stuff. People were talking about him for a long time. There was pictures of that island before they busted Ellen. Or whatever, they said Ellen's mean. Before that happened, they said, look at her set. It looks like the same color. It looks like her set is Epstein Island, basically. And, they were showing pictures of it, and there was a lot of bad stuff a long time ago. Before some bitch ever did the ABC News story. Oh, she cracked the case. No, everybody was already talking about that. The internet cracked the case. YouTubers cracked the case. It was before BitChute people were talking about Jeffrey Epstein, and we were seeing pictures of Virginia and Andrew and all that stuff. It's a long time ago. So there's my 2 cents on the Epstein files. When I saw that picture of the foot, I'm like, this is QAnon stuff. You remember, I don't know, like a year or two ago, and they're like, look, here's a photo of Jelaine, and she's eating outside, and there's all these really shitty photoshops of weird things. Yeah, what are you going to do with that? Nothing. It's nothing, and that's whatever and they also made it hard to find. You got to shop around in different places to see the different photo sets or whatever. What do you think? They're going to give you guys clues? Oh, we're on the case now. They released Epstein files, and I'm going to find out what it means. The foot that says Lolita quotes from Nabokov's book or whatever. It's nothing. That's nothing. And that's my 2 cents. Why would they give you anything about that? But the president, listen, the president has his tongue up that state that was founded out in the desert in 1948's asshole. Oh, they love him, and they, appealed to his ego, or he's possessed when they swore him in. I heard the theory that he got possessed by the spirit of Zeus or some shit. That's what happened to Trump or whatever. Whatever it is, he's a bad guy. Look, if there's Simpsons episodes in movies that are predictive programming, and there are predictive programming that this bozo is going to be our president someday, and then he becomes president, that's a bad thing. And I said that when he got elected. I said, probably I said something to the effect of left wing, right wing, same bird. That bird's a turkey vulture. There's nothing good about this puppet guy, Elon Musk rather, and then Trump and Elon together and all this stuff. And I said, it's all bad news. They had predictive programming for Donnie Darko has all this weird Trump stuff in it. Simpsons episode, I think the Simpsons is always predictive programming us shit, to families. And what else? Back to the Future with President Biff, and that's Trump. I believe that one. I don't care what the director says. Come on. The guy has a casino and he becomes a president, and that's kind of predictive programming. That's how that shit works. I didn't come up with it, but there's a lot of this stuff. A lot of Simpsons episodes with shit. And this episode's too long. It's you know what I mean? So what are we going to find out about the president? That Jeffrey Epstein said that Trump was one of his best friends. Yeah, no shit. And what did he say? This is all old news. That Trump said that well, Epstein likes him young. Yeah, no shit. And but the painting of Bill Clinton in a dress and yeah, that's old. All that shit's old. So nothing new. The weird sculptures that they have in the background. There was creepier pictures before anybody on the regular before they said they had the punchline was Epstein didn't shuffle himself off this mortal coil, and they made before they made t-shirts and shit like that, when he was still alive or whatever you believe. There was more incriminating stuff about that guy where he's in a photo with Ghislaine inside of his house, and it has like some kind of like devil mask that looks like a Krampus mask with blood coming out, or looks like Kali the Destroyer. Like, yeah, they're weird people. Why would they have that as a decoration? And the stories of people escaping that island and then being brought back. It's not good. That's everything that we're gonna find out about the Epstein shit. It's all old news, and it's if you can find it archived anywhere, and then whatever. And then there was, what's the guy's name? I don't know. It was like Dancing Buddha or whatever, and you can go watch all that stuff on BitChute, and you're like, yeah, this guy's probably dead. That's the real stuff probably, and it's all old. All this stuff just reminds me of QAnon, and you're not going to learn anything about Lolita quotes on somebody's foot. It's stupid, on purpose. There's nothing to decode. We already know. The internet knew, and they were talking about it for years about this guy when nobody was talking. When the world didn't know who Epstein was, there was a lot of people online talking about him. And I remember having a lot of thumbnails where I made Epstein jokes, and I would show that picture of that little blue and white temple thing that was like an elevator to the lower levels. And I remember seeing that island on fire, and they said, yep, he spent $28 million to melt down his basement of torture chambers and blood altars or whatever the hell they had going down there. Children's skinning facility, whatever the hell, evil shit. And it's all old news. The real news is the old news. So if you want to find out stuff that you don't know, which is kind of like gossip, but it is about the world we live in, you have to go back in time to find out about Jeffrey Epstein and all that, and all the world leaders and how governments run. Look, if you don't know how the world is run, it's kind of like Pink Floyd's The Wall. The world is a sausage factory, and they do literally grind up children into meat. We drink the blood, and then we take the meat and we throw the bodies in, and we grind it into meat, and that's Hebrew National Francs or whatever you believe. That's it's not new. So you have to go back in time if you want to find out what's true. How the world works is it offers up children's blood every day. Like sitting on Santa's lap, sending your kids to school. This is sacrificing your children. We sacrifice our children into the machine, not to be cogs in the machine, but to be ground in the sausage. Figuratively, literally, it's all true. You're born in the hospital and you're given a number. You become ward of the state with Social Security, whatever you believe. They have all this Social Security shit worldwide. You think it's just America or maybe Canada has like Social Security stuff? No, they have this same type of system worldwide, and it's not new. Everyone talks about market the beast. You're already given a number. It's not 666. It's probably whatever your Social Security is or whatever. The whole world is about child sacrifice and offering us up. Whether you survive that abuse or you go on, that's how the world works. And I want it to stop. I want God to set it right. I don't want these things to happen to kids. And it's disgusting and ruining people before they even get a chance to be born. You have genomics, all right? Genomics, who buys up all the world's abortions, and there's a lot of them. And then they turn them into flavor enhancements for snack foods and whatever the heck else they do with them, HEK, whatever they do with these to make you a participant in eating babies and shit, and you don't even know it. You're having, who's that kid in the Oreo cookie? Probably a Chinese abortion. They have a lot of them over there. There's a lot of people over there. And in India, they never leave the country. They eat them themselves. So whatever I'm sorry. Apologies to India. They're really catching a lot of shit for eating shit. So, and worshiping demons. But it's open. At least it's transparently. They openly worship demons. It's not like these guys who try to hide it from everybody. So, yeah, there's my 2 cents on all the Epstein stuff. It's pretty disgusting. But if you really want the scoop, you have to get in a time machine or the Wayback Machine or whatever websites you can go to and find the old news and stay away from QAnon stuff, because that's all bullshit. You know, old QAnon things or whatever. It's not going to help. But we knew about that a long time ago. And I think that the QAnon stuff came up to start to lead astray. Oh, people are on to what's happening. We drink the blood of children, and that's like the core of how the world is run. Raping and murdering of youth, and drinking the blood and eating the whatever. And yeah, I mean, QAnon came to lead people away from the truth. So that's no help. So everything we're gonna, you know, until like the whole world is destroyed or whatever, I think that's the real scoop. Because, you know, the powers that be are on top of this shit now. So what are you gonna find out? I don't know. I hope that we find out, you know, pray to God that the evildoers would be exposed and shamed and humiliated, that there wouldn't be a place for them to hide on earth, that they'd be unable to retaliate or strike back or lash out. Pray to God that he cut them off so that human sacrifices not only don't work anymore, but it burns the people and the demons they're trying to appease, and the fallen angels, which I would just call demons as well. And that, you know, like when they try to do these ritual sacrifices, that they fail, and it burns the people who knowingly and willfully do evil, and the demons that they're doing the evil for, because the demons want blood, and that's what they trade for, and all this shit. So how does the world work? It's human trade of children, and what they want is blood and other bodily fluids and everything. And all the stuff, if you want to find out, again, to reiterate, I'm overstating it like I always tend to do. All the real news about the Epstein stuff and what's really going on, how the world's run, it's old news. So you got to go find old YouTube videos that still exist. And I'm trying to think of channels that offer those things, but I don't know. Probably go through Jay's analysis stuff, or maybe he'd go to his website or whatever. But that guy works for Alex Jones, so what does that really mean? I can't say. But when he talked about globalization stuff and the occult stuff, it was pretty useful, but also like he has a lot of volume of content. The guy's been doing it for like probably 15, 20 years. But then again, now the guy takes money from Alex Jones, and Alex Jones is evil, and he's a bad guy. And I don't know why he would work. I don't know why Jay Dyer would work for that guy, but maybe he's evil too. What do I know? But there was a lot of information and data about how the world operates, and I would find it to be probably useful and very dry. I don't know. I can't think anybody else. I used to always tell people, go watch Jay's analysis, not about the movies, but about, like, he would read the globalist books to you. Like, yeah, this is how do we get to globalization? And, you know, they're doing these things to us. So you can go back and look at the stuff that is written in those books that he talked about, so you don't have to read the books, and you can see what's happened in the world. And it's like, yeah, all that stuff's unfolding pretty much as he has summarized it to you, from, you know, Brzezinski, or Bernays, or who's the guy that wrote Tragedy and Hope, all that shit. Carol Quigley, all these guys. So there you go. I guess this one went longer than I thought, but I'm not going to go in and edit out like that. I told you several times, like if you want to find out about what really happened, you're going to have to go find old videos, because there's going to be nothing useful and a bunch of, oh look, it's Matt Groening getting a foot massage. Who gives a shit? The guy's dead. Yeah, that's it. I'm going to go. It's bunkum.
PHOOEY.